welcome to my ongoing Let's Play of Stellaris with the new story pack, Synthetic Dawn. Now where we left off is we have just been kind of scouting around right near the borders of our empire, the eXplorminate assimilators. And I asked you guys in the comment section below what we should be doing. Should we be maybe causing a little bit of ruckus against the Lavis High Kingdom or the Commonwealth of Polril, or the Yakanan Republic of Planets? And turns out we gave that option. We also gave the option, of course, to aggressively start expanding. And it seems the general consensus is that we're going to take some time and we're going to aggressively expand. So what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to actually colonize 2 planets at the very least, and I'm going to show you which planets I'm actually doing. I'm going to get a colony ship going right away, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. So right now we are colonizing this planet, which we are going to rename. We got 2 pumpkins. We're going to name this 3 just for the numeric sense of our robotic type minds. So we've got 3 prime on the go right now. 2, 1, yeah, we're good. So 3 is currently ongoing, and I'm also going to show you how to at least mitigate some of the what do you call it? I guess it would be the increases in your tech. So if you go to the tech and you decide to kind of look at how much it's going to cost you to do, you know, any one of the different types of options you have for the tech. So let's take subspace sensors. The total cost is 760, and you can see here, because we've got 5 planets, we've got a plus 40% to the cost of the tech, and the pops are about 36%. So what I've decided to do while I was off camera is I'm going to make this planet of 3 prime a mixture of nothing more than energy, because it's something that we are desperately starved for right now, and we're also going to make it different science nodes. So we're going to obviously maximize on our science nodes, and we're going to ignore probably some of the different resource nodes that are showing up on the planets. So it's not typically the best tactic to use, but when you're trying to rush certain types of or push a certain type of economy, sometimes you have to ignore your the bonuses that you're getting on the tile bonuses. So that's what we're going to do here. Oh, it looks like we've got an exchange here. So we've got the high trade of the Fontenigo. So basically these are, I don't believe this is the very first one of the artisan, the tropes that we've actually gotten. It's an enclave that will do trade for us. It's the second one that we've actually gotten. Oh no, it's the first. The first one was the artist one. So that's fine and dandy. So that being said, we are decided to, I have scouted out even further. You can see one of my scouts have gone past here, and it looks like I've gone past the Second Empire. I haven't had a chance to actually go to my situation log and discover them, so I'm going to do that right now. So whoever this is, we're going to discover who it is, another organic for potential assimilation. And I've also sent out another scout just to kind of wildly go in and around this whole planet. While we're at it, we're going to then, again, like I told you before, we're going to aggressively expand. We're going to be hitting this planet here. We don't have to worry about habitability because of our AI, which is just awesome. It basically makes choosing a planet incredibly easy. And this has got a ton of mineral nodes. So the reason is I'm going to probably split this one with mineral and science, which will be named 4, and our planet 3 prime will be energy and science. Probably a little bit heavier on the actual energy. So that's the kind of plan we got going forward right now. Because right now we are absolutely tapped for our energy. And if we're really, really fortunate, who knows, we might actually luck out and end up finding another primitive race that we can... Oh, look at this. We've got the Zandid. Oof, some of these names. The Zandid. Serankati. Oh, jeez. This is brutal. Oh, I'm going to have to spend some influence here. Okay, just another heads up, is, and this is something that sometimes is a little bit hit and miss when it comes to knowing some of the game's mechanics. Anytime that I go to my situation log and I actually discover an alien race first before they initialize contact with me, I get an influence bonus. You can see here I've got a plus 40. As soon as I click that button, I'm going to get 40. But I've already got 995, so I'm almost at the top of my cap for influence, which is at 1,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my main planet, go to my ethics, and I'm going to, oh, and that's not, maybe not the one I want to do. Yeah, I want to go to this one. And I'm going to go capacity overload. And basically, capacity overload is a cost of 125 minerals, and it's going to give me plus 15% energy credits out of this planet in itself. You can see here that knocks us down to about 863. I hit excellent, back up to 900 money. It's almost like getting an edict for half off when you're near your cap. So they are authoritarian xenophobes, so they're not gonna like us at all. They come with a message of depraved species. So not only do people typically hate the machine empires in this game to begin with, this particular race is not gonna like us at all. Hopefully my... Oh, damn it. I was gonna say hopefully my my Corvette ship got out of their borders before that happened. That's a bit of a shame. We're going to eat up some of these research stations. Okay, I'm just taking a look here. I'm also pretty happy with my mineral production right now. We're only 40 years... Ooh, it looks like we've got an encounter. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, looks like some type of pirates. No. Not interested in them, so we'll just continue on. I really did expect to see some type of alien race here. Especially right in this here where I'm kind of pushing my cursor right now. Pretty shocked that didn't happen. Anyway, I will continue on. But anyway, at 136, 40 years in the game, I've got a fairly good economy going when it comes to just my minerals. So we are going to focus pretty heavily on just energy nodes at this point. Okay, so building speed is increased. That seems like a good shot. Yeah, so I'm pretty much going to go... I really want to get this Bulwark of Harmony. Bulwark of Harmony is one of the best choices you can make in your tradition trees. Essentially what it is anytime someone is attacking you, you get a plus 33% to your ship build increase speed, and your firing rate is increased by 15% when you're in your own borders. So if you're playing a tall empire, or perhaps a little bit of a weaker empire, whatever the case may be, you almost have to consider that, because it is a huge deciding factor. What you do is you kite the enemy AI into, or the fleets into your own empire, or your empire borders, and you just absolutely mop them up. Like we got a plus 5 minerals, that's always good. Okay, so our colony ship is here. We're gonna go for this bad boy. Where are we gonna go? I think we're probably going to take this node here, even though it's got a resource tile, respect tile resources of 1 mineral. We'll lose it, but everywhere else, wow, this would be actually a better one too, wouldn't it? I'll lose 2 here, but then I'll be able to really maximize the 4 rounds. So that's where that's the money tree right there. Here we go, and we're going to call this, I do believe, 0, 1, 2, 3. We should be making this 4 prime. Rename it star just for the sake of it, because it's easier to see that way. Little things I like to do just to maximize so I can easily... Oh, it actually rechanged my name. I'm going to just quickly do that. It's one of those things I like to do when renaming planets and stars, just so I can quickly maximize exactly what it is that I'm doing. Perfect. Okay, so we are good to go. Right now, I'm probably going to spend a little bit of time building some more pops. And I'm going to give you more energy. This one here is a bit of a mixed bag. I'm going to build another pop right here. Again, just for the energy. And 0 prime, we've got one pop being built. It looks like he's already on an energy node. Another one queued up, which I believe... Boy, I have not been paying attention. I've been paying too much attention to what's going in and around versus, or what's outside of my borders versus what's inside of it. And 0 prime, again, another energy node. That's good. How much energy are we producing? Just one. Yeah, this one's a little bit of a stagnant, isn't it? Here are a couple tiles here for some energy. Too bad too. I almost should be considering ignoring that, considering I got the exceptional, the different bonuses for this particular plant. It's great for minerals. I do need that energy up. Okay. Got my borders? Yes. So we're gonna go and get a research station going. Keeping up your keeping up your research is one of those things that you should definitely try to maximize when it comes to... Oh, I got 3 twice, don't I? Oh, because I got 3 pumpkins and I got 3 prime. That's why. Well, I'm going to take that. I'm going to rename that 4. My apologies, everybody. Sometimes I get a little bit ahead of myself. I'm actually playing this game, and I'm off screen. I'm actually just playing a personal game, and that game in particular, I'm playing as the AI machine servitors. So sometimes it's easy to get that mixed up. There we go, 5 prime. Okay, we're back on track. I'm gonna build a few other ships. Where's my destroyer class? Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. You can see here, like I mentioned before, we just quickly put out that little tag on the planet description, and I can quickly just look and easily, without a question, get everything that I'm going to need. If you notice here, I'm actually focusing a little bit more on my research, because I really want to be able to top that up. If we're going to build aggressively, you have to make sure that you do that. If you don't, it ends up becoming a bit of a mess later on. You don't want to get out-teched, that's for sure. Okay, we've got subspace sensors, which is good. And yeah, we're going to go shield capacitors. These are bad, awesome. I mean bad for not having them, great for when you do. They basically just store a surplus of energy that can quickly be transferred. Basically, it's a shield generator. It generates one-time burst to bust up your shields. They're very, very energy intensive, but they're great to have. Okay. Again, the non-aggression pact has been issued out. Where is my... Oh, there he is. Okay. We're going to try to see if there's anybody here. We're just going to kind of do a little bit of a loop in and around some of the existing AI empires. Try to maximize it as much as we possibly can, trying to look through these areas. Try to know what's in this dead space. We have a couple organics that don't like us, but being so far away from everybody else. Oh, it already looks like the Xandid is actually at war with somebody. Makes me think I should be getting a little bit more, spending a little bit more on my destroyers, just to make sure that we're topped up. So we've already got one. Oh, perfect. That's actually a good bonus. 150. So now we should be looking for what our next planet should be. I actually think I'm going to get this out a little bit differently here and try to see if I can't find another planet that's a little bit closer to my borders. This one here, it's a 17, but I actually, when I discovered that, I get the funny feeling that's probably going to be the Fallen Empire, one of their holy cities or one of their holy planets, which I do not want to incite their wrath. Got some people ending and starting their rivalries, which is fine. Okay. I think we're going to go back to pressing on with our minerals. So I'm going to build a pop here and make it a mine just because of that huge bonus of 30%. So the key to, like I said previously, to aggressively expanding is trying to find the right planets as it stands right now. Oh, there's a geo world, Gaia, sorry, and maybe this is actually a good one to do. Where's my science ships? One there. I don't want to take an 11. 12 is not very good, and 14 is even the worst. I'm actually going to get him to come back, survey this, just to make sure this is not a prophet holy city, because if it's not, we're going to enjoy that.
System survey complete.
In the meantime, it does not look like we have anybody in this general vicinity. I'm almost actually considering how high. We've got an encounter, hang on. We got, oh, it looks like we've got another curator, which is always good. Hopefully it's this is the worst part about the curators. They all deal with their bonuses generally in energy, and that's one thing that we're really hard up on right now. I actually think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a third science ship for scouting. Because we have so much untapped space in and around us, and the potentials are pretty much limitless, and our influence is so high, makes no problems at all. Now you'll notice, oh, and I almost forgot, sorry. Tilted Access Gamer, who is a contributor here at eXplorminate, Ben is his name. He wanted to be added to the game as one of the leaders. So both my scientists are Explorminators, and by profession as well. We've got Nasarog and we've got Tag. So you're both in there, gentlemen. Sorry, I didn't mean to exclude you there. But I am teaming with minerals right now, and I've got so little place to spend them. Ooh, there we go. An anomaly risk, a failure risk of minus 10%, which is perfect. So I'm going to continue to push out, get these systems, try to find our next location of potential. Got a lot of these smaller ones. Oh, it looks like we've got yet another alien. This here. Oh, it looks like we've got... That's another alien race. That's actually a science ship, so we'll be able to encounter yet another organic race that's up for potential. Where's my fleet cap at? 44 right now, eh? Boy, oh boy. Borders are expanding well, so we've got all these little goodies that we can get at. And it looks like 4 Prime. Okay, so they've actually established communications with us. This is the Thalgum Mercantile Union, a trade league. They're ruthless capitalists. Okay, capitalists. They like to. They're egalitarian and fanatic materialist, which is good because if we can establish some type of trade with them when it comes to a research agreement, they're probably going to be ahead of the curve. As long as we respect their borders. Okay, so where are they? Oh, they're on the farthest most edge here. Oh, they're also at the fight with the Xander. Oh, they've already closed our borders. Looks like we're dreaded assimilators. I'll tell you, becoming friends with people as a machine race, aside from maybe servitor, is exceptionally difficult. Okay, where are we here? I think, what's my output? 25. Do I have a... I do. Okay, so I'm going to take the time to probably build another basic science lab for that location. I just want to see, I'm going to start actually... Oh boy, what have I done there? Something's all messed up. This should be 5. This should be 5 Prime. I'm going to get a few more of my space stations going. So 4 just got it. 2 should have 1. It does get solar panels up on that one. 1 doesn't, so we'll get 1. Actually, we might as well just get it all. I'm going to try to really push my fleet cap because I just don't want any type of surprise attack. I want to keep everybody at bay. I don't want to be a juicy target to anyone. Survey map collected. Okay. Sigma aliens. Boy, I'm starting to encounter quite a few. It looks like pretty much everybody's going to be coming into scope in this episode to find out exactly how the entire map is laid out. I still just cannot believe that I've got this much room to expand. It's just a damn shame that all of these planets are just... they're just literally not even worth it, tell you the honest truth. I mean, I guess a 14 wouldn't be too terribly bad. If we needed to take it, it would be a good place to mop up a little bit of energy. There's 8 already, not to mention what we haven't actually gone through. I actually might you know what? I might do that right away here. I might take my science ship here with Tilted Axis Gamer, aka Ben, aka Tag, and see if that might be worth it. Oh, there we go. There's an Alpine. If I go between these two, I really could mop up there. Ooh, and 22. With no one here, there's no reason why I couldn't. You know what? I'm only 6 to 7. I could actually probably create a pretty decent-sized sector just to begin with here. Okay. Why am I not clearing out tiles here? What am I doing? What am I not doing? Not paying attention, that's for damn sure. Oh, that's the reason why. A lot of times I like to build my Umplic node just to get my unity in check, because picking up those traditions are so important. I really enjoy them anyway. Sigma Curato. Oh, wow. Oh, it's too bad this wasn't the Blorg. That's too bad. Anyway, this is the Uri Collective. They're a hive mind, which is just great, because they actually might be more friendly to us than other... oh, wow, they're actually quite large. Let's take a look at their... Okay, the Sigma Enclave, which is perfect. Unfortunately, I don't... this curator can boost up your research production, like by giving you a bonus of... I believe it's 10% for each one of your sciences. Also, they can reveal star charts, and I think that's what we might do. We might actually pay for them that. Just leave it for now. And they can sell you scientists, so all different types of goodies. Let's see here. We're going to go to see what the curator here. 15th. Wow. Nah, too expensive. Especially early game. Okay, so we can hit our production targets. I will probably take the Interstellar Fleet Traditions. I love the Grand Fleet. It's an edict that we can introduce that pops our fleet cap huge amounts. Oh wow, looks like their opinion of us is actually neutral, which is awesome. And they're superior in both naval capacity and their fleet power, which is a bit of a concern. But it does mean that we found one race, the Uri Collective, that doesn't hate us, which is always a pleasure when you meet someone who isn't an enemy in Stellaris, especially when you're playing on hard, which is the difficulty I'm playing on. Now, just a reminder that hard difficulty is a tad different in this game than it was in the previous patches. The reason is they've have the difficulty bonuses that the AI got from the old hard patch, pre-patch 1.8, and made the kind of a new difficulty setting. So essentially hard now is what is kind of in between normal and hard previous to patch 1.8, and hard now in patch 1.8 was actually very close to being like an impossible. So it's good. They've kind of identified that, and the reason I'm actually happy with that in particular is because playing in hard sometimes in pre-patch 1.8, if you got a bad start, you were done. There was just no way to keep up with the AI. They were just beasts, especially with their production. Okay, this planet's pretty much turning into just raw minerals and energy economy. 2 pumpkins is pretty much looking the exact same way. Might as well start clearing and building some more pops. So 5 obviously got done, so we're clearing off that. As long as your economy can hold it, you should be building pops pretty much steady. That's one thing that I've definitely noticed. I'm gonna build a... It's too bad. Too bad to going over some of these nodes. It's a bit of a pain. Okay, so the energy grid should be there. It'll give us plus 10% to our energy production in that particular planet. Okay. Oh wow, we found the first Leviathan, which is the affinity equation. Now this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna... oh, it's right in our borders. That's huge! Oh man, that's massive. Okay, so we discovery of a massive entity known with unknown properties in the void has forced the eXplorminate assemblers to redefine all known parameters for the maximum surface area of a single construct with hostile capabilities. So this is a Leviathan. It came with the Leviathan DLC pack. What the great part is, it requires a level 5 scientist, and we actually have 2 that can choose from. And they will give us a quest, and we'll follow through with it together. The bonus can be good, or it can be amazing. There are 2 different variables here, and it's actually RNG, depending if you successfully help them. And considering that we have 2 level 5 scientists, we should have no problems with that at all. But the potential here for our science is going to be massive if we can get it done. Okay, we get the destroyer assembly lards, which is good. Now what should be focusing on? Now we don't have any torpedoes, so we're gonna go with our torpedoes. I like my armed torpedoes because we only got like the first stage space torpedoes, so that's good. Good news all around. Now, where is my... Oh, I want you to survey this because I want the affinity equation to actually occur. Technosphere. Basically what will happen over a certain amount of time, the affinity equation will trigger over a set number of times. Okay, what do we got here? So it doesn't look like this is one of their holy planets, which is good. So there's no reason for me at all not to colonize this. So I'm gonna use the event planner, colonize this immediately. I've got the minerals for it. And yeah, perfect. And we'll call this 6 prime. Boy, this is an aggressive. This is a very aggressive expanding. I don't normally expand this aggressively, but why not? Oh, what's going on here? It looks like I got tagged with some type. What do we got here? Some lurkers. It looks like that. Might be time to mop all that up. What do we got here? 1710. This is what I want to go next, right? Because I want the 17 to the 23. I don't know if I'll be able to get that without taking the 11 just for the borders, but that's what border max out is. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight there, and I think that's going to be our next one. So we've already got, like, our colonies are starting to really push out pretty heavily here. I hope I'm going to be able to keep up. This one here, this one looks like it's pretty good. 4 prime. Yeah, this is the one I decided that we were going to do a mixture of science. So that being said, I think what I'll do, I'm going to mess up some tile bonuses, some adjacent bonuses here, but I'm going to build a pop here. I'll probably end up making that the node location. And then for what we'll do is we'll just start clearing some tiles in and around. Free up some of that with that goodies. Alright, so again we're sitting at 100, almost 150 minerals per turn or per month per click. So we're absolutely humming along. The key here of course is to keep up with our energy, and that's the challenge. But we've got a lot of minerals. Okay, it wants 1,000. So you can see here how quickly that your energy goes down without a good constant supply. You can see here he wants 1,000 for 10% unity. I want the unity because I want to be able to map it to lick this up for synchronicity, but it's going to cost us. I got to figure out a way to get our economy somewhere in check, or this whole thing is going to go down. Yet another alien potential race, another organic. So we pretty much uncovered quite a bit. Now it's just a mad rush. I really don't care. I just want to get as many. I just want to get as many as I possibly can. Get my energy up though, as it stands right now. We're teaming. So the key here is when you expand heavily, the whole idea is to play defensively until your economy is more in check. And as soon as your economy is in check, then you're going to be able to outproduce any of the other empires. So we got the Clisem Corporate Union. They're again ruthless capitalists. This time they're authoritarian, and they're fanatically spiritualist, which means that they're going to hate our effing guts. Like, there's just no way, Jose. So they're pretty much telling us to beat it, which I don't blame them. I didn't really want to assimilate a bird person anyway. I will, but I didn't want to. So you can see here from this game with a non-clustered start, we really lucked out. We have pretty much non-stop ability to, an unhindered ability to expand as far and as much as we want. So I say we're not going to bother letting anybody come and take up these prizes that we have along the way. We're actually just going to start going hard and fast.
Construction complete.
Again, we're still struggling with energy. This is because our colony ship just got born. What's this here? Oh, void cloud. Warp impact, perfect. Okay, so it looks like our fleet cap's starting to go up as some of our ships or some of our space stations start to come in. So this one, I think I'm going to put you on social for the time being. Right. And the important thing is here to make sure that you get your solar panels on each one of your spaceports. Perfect. Yeah, I'm finding lots of different alien races here.
Acquisition successful.
Shield capacitor has been unlocked. Perfect. Almost always take this, by the way. Orbital sensor array. I didn't get this in my last game till 2310. Good 65 years, 70 years, 75 years. Then I normally got it from here. Always take this. It's an observatory that will give you increased planet sensor range, but the big thing is it gives you a physics, society, and engineering output of plus 10% for that particular planet for a cost of 1 energy. Like, it's incredible. It can turn a very normal everyday planet into something much more valuable, especially later on when you start compounding some of those level 2, 3, and 4 science labs. So take it immediately, and because of where it's such a cheap tech, it shouldn't take me long to research, which is just perfect. Okay, so that's kind of where we're sitting right now. We've gotten 2 new planets, 4 and 5. You can already see I'm going to be changing this to 6, 7, and 8. And I'm just going to continue pushing these borders hard and hard, as hard as I can, until my economy either breaks or we get attacked. But with the fleet that we got now and the tech we got now, I don't think that's a real big thing. The eXplorminate assimilators has found a plethora of potential organic races that we're going to assimilate over time. So what I'm going to do, just because of course watching me run a small economy is not terribly interesting viewing, I'm actually going to expand pretty heavily off camera in between this episode and the next, so that when we finally get into the nits and gritties and we start doing some close encounters with these organics for potential assimilation, it's a little bit more interesting to watch. So this has been Army P for eXplorminate, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode, probably about 20 years in the future. That's in-game. Take care, everyone.